All right, YouTube, this is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Saturday morning, at least here in Duluth, Minnesota. Other parts of the world, it may be later, much later. Today we have our second part of our one-shot that makes no sense of Chivalry and Sorcery, the trials and tribulations of Magnus Barnabas, because it's all about me. Everybody knows that. Will we get the book? Will we find out who that disembodied voice is? Stay tuned and find out. But first, let's introduce our characters. Starting in my upper left, I have Andrew. Tell us who you are, sir, and what you do.
Hi. Well, my name's Andrew Marrington. I am playing Lord Otto Gavilon, a herald who has been irresponsibly chopped, as his colleagues have been trying to retrieve the book from his hand. So. And
what do? You are a publisher, are you not? Plug yourself, sir. Come on.
I am a publisher. I'm not a good self-plugger. I publish under the label Grim Animal Publishing, and Mr. Mean has a bunch of my books there, which is really nice of him to wave around. There you are. OSR products mostly, so Adventures for Lamentations of the Flame Princess, and a retro clone of the 1991 black box version of D&D called First Five Fantasy Role Playing.
And don't sell yourself short. Those are good for even modern day games like Warhammer Fantasy. The Bubonica book would be perfect in there. The Womb Cult, Pathfinder, first and second edition. The books have multifunction. So reviews coming soon from the Mr. Mean channel. But that's Mr. Andrew, and he makes awesome stuff. Go buy it. Next, I have the Ignanimous Andy Staples.
Ignanimous or magnanimous?
No, Ignanimous. I had it right.
Yeah, I'm Andy Staples. I'm one of the design team for Chivalry and Sorcery, one of Steve's minions. I am Igor to his Dr. Frankenstein. What shall I say apart from that? I mean, I'm a keen gamer, live in the medieval landscape, and an industrial one. It's below moors. There are 3 stone circles within 3 miles of my home. And I'll be playing Rosamund Godspell, the priestess who quite understandably and righteously chopped Andrew's character's fingers since he was about to pick up a demonic book.
All right. And then next, the ever famous, super stupendous awesomeness, Coronis, a.k.a. Stephen Turner. Talk to me, sir.
Hi, my name's Steve. I'm the design head of Chivalry and Sorcery and CEO of Britannia Game Designs. And I'm here to make my players' life fun.
And he's also a member of the Meanie Army. All these guys are a member of the Meanie Army. So come join us over on Discord. It's awesome. Then we have the most awesome, the bald one, Masa.
Also called, of course, with you from GRC, Golf Role Playing Community, and co-founder of Tabletop House McLean. And as always, I am part-time Mr. Mean's secretary, and I can be Andy Staples' secretary at times. So I think they have to share me.
And by far the best-looking secretary on the channel, I have to say.
Yeah, and today I'll be playing the Sir Edmund Silverheart, basically this knight that keeps getting in trouble every time he plays. He joins an adventure.
And then the most awesome Mojo.
Hi there, I'm Mojo. I'm from GRC, and I'm one of the Meanie Army, I guess. But I don't think I want to stay that for long. I'm gonna rebel.
He's just grumpy because we pick on him because he's old. But Nasser, it looks like you need some more coffee, sir. So take a break, go get some coffee. We got to have you awake and ready to go, buddy. So, like I said in the intro, we're picking up part 2 of this the adventure of the book and this motley crew, who I think we've done more damage to ourselves than any bad thing that Steven has thrown at us. So that's just a testament to our competency in this game. As always, this is a game that is fully supported by Mr. Mean, so please go check it out. Chivalry and Sorcery, I don't want to say it's a stigma, but it does have the fog around it that it is only a historical RPG, and we are here to prove that it is not just a historical RPG. We are doing fantasy. We've had creepy critters. We've had magic going left and right, and all kinds of cool stuff. So if you like a good fantasy game steeped in history, this is a good game for you, so check it out. So, Mr. Steven, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you. Toil and trouble, sir. Go.
We left the hapless characters in a situation where the Herald had managed to grab this book, which had successfully seduced him. He was enamored of the book, and so wanted to open and read this book. The priest, in shock and horror, struck out at the book, failed to hit the book, and hacked into the Herald's hand, at the same time colliding with him, and both are now on the floor prone, with blood seeping from the Herald's hand. Meanwhile, the knight and the mage look on, amused, when a voice came from the spiral staircase. As the knight and herald as everybody can now turn to the spiral staircase, you see a figure striding into the room, which can only be described as Riff Raff from the Rocky Horror, dressed in untreated furs, which you can smell from a distance, carrying a rod which looks remarkably like a femur with a skull attached to it. He stares at you and screams, "Leave my book alone! Mithra! Mithra! Come to my help!"
So you're the one who's causing all this trouble here.
And as you
my bloody head!
and as you scream at him, Sir Edmund, you see some shimmering in front of him in the air. And you see a figure start to materialize. Or not materialize. It's a humanoid figure, but you can see through it. It's not fully there.
Is there any chance I can dispel it?
Is it like transparent?
Semi-transparent. It's like looking through a weak jelly. You can see this bald figure behind, but you can see that it's not fully physically there. And he seems to glide towards you.
I think my story will
start chanting the prayer for protection. It is going to be a hurried prayer.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you going to introduce me, or do I have to introduce myself?
No, I will be introducing the other two characters in a small while. Okay, right. As this figure is coming to the room, what you can't hear is in the floor above, there are two other warriors who've been tracking this person, are starting to come down the spiral staircase. Okay.
At this stage, you know whether these are allies of the mysterious fur-clad figure or enemies. Is there?
You don't know.
Even yet.
You don't know at this point. And a ranger, sort of forester type, steps into the room, along with a warrior with a battle axe, and they are literally only 10 feet behind this figure.
All right. I think.
And at this point, I need initiatives. So
right.
if you can roll a d10 and add your base action points.
That would be 19 for me.
Oh, must be nice.
Okay.
So our base action points is the first number, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And you add a D10 roll to that.
Yeah. Okay. So, and remember, guys, so that we're not all talking over each other, let's let Stephen call out, ask each one of us for our initiative and stuff, so that, because when we all talk at one time, it just sounds like a garbled on the other end. So.
Okay. So, Andrew.
21.
What's your action point?
21 action points.
Andy?
22,
Yeah.
but I'm using, I think, a quarter of my action points for the Prayer of Protection.
Okay, but you'll start at 22. You'll get the initial prayer off before the combat actually starts.
Cool.
Right. John.
18.
Mojo.
He stepped away.
Maelstrom.
Oh, there he is.
Maelstrom.
Yeah, where where do I find action?
Your base action points is the top
Is that BAP?
left-hand corner. BAP, yes.
Okay, so 16.
And for the viewing public, bear with us. Most of us are, well, at least two of us are new to this system.
And I rolled a 9 on the D10,
So add that to your
you're
BAP.
on
so 25.
25. And Mojo.
He's gone again.
Well,
He's run off.
he goes last. It's that
You
simple.
probably remembered he needed dice too. When you said roll stuff, I was like, oh crap, I need dice.
What part of role-playing game did nobody understand? Because most role-playing games use dice, right? Am I in the minority here? Come on.
I think all pandemic, we've all been role-playing online.
That's right. We don't have to roll dice. The computer does it for us.
And actually, I just realised just before we started, oh no, I forgot my dice. I ran downstairs to get them. Yeah, very, very sophisticated, Mr. Mean.
It's from a hotel. The best dice rolling box you can get from your local hotel. And it's free.
I'm using a comic book box top.
Hey, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, except my cats decided to eat it, so it's like missing a side now.
Well, then you eat the
Okay.
cats.
While we're
It's very
waiting for
simple.
Mojo, will require a willpower roll of every player.
Yikes.
Oops. That's gonna be it. All right.
Willpower.
This isn't
Willpower,
looking
there we
good.
I
So-
have that as one of my skills. Can you explain how it works?
Okay. To make a skill roll, it's a percentage roll equal to or under your TSC, your total skill chance.
Okay. So I have to get 51% or lower?
Yes.
That's good. I'm good at rolling low.
Okay. Right. While you're back, Mojo, what's your APs?
See?
Let me check.
Your initiative, Mojo. He's got a little bit of a delay going on. There's a lag going on.
Yeah.
1-3.
$13.
Yes.
It's,
Is that plus D10?
so the base action points, Mojo, are 14 plus the D10 roll.
Yes.
So he must have rolled really low.
Okay. Okay, if I can run through then. Andy,
Yeah,
did you make...
okay. My willpower is a success on a crit die of 1, so that is a marginal, squeaky success.
Okay, you're fine. Andrew,
I got a success. I rolled a 14, so underneath my willpower 40%, and my crit die is 4.
Okay, the 2 prone characters are fine. John.
We have other things to worry about.
I made mine by 6, and my crit die was a 3.
You're fine. NASA.
21, which means I passed, and my crit die is 3 as well.
Okay, you're fine. Mojo, I need a percentage roll against your willpower.
D20?
D100.
No, D100, D100.
Yeah, percentiles.
Okay, while Mojo's working that out, Maelstrom, what did you roll?
I got a 9, so I beat mine by 4.
Okay, so you're okay. So nobody is frightened of this semi-corporal thing floating in front of you, and it goes first. It spends 2 action points floating up to, at the moment, looking at the scene. It doesn't know anybody's behind him. All he sees is somebody in robes, somebody in armor, and 2 figures on the floor. So he floats towards the person in armor and reaches out this skeletal hand looking towards. And you feel its hand go straight through your armor. The armor does not stop it at all. And you take 15 points of chilling damage to you.
That'll be from fatigue, yeah? Or is it straight to body?
No, it comes off fatigue, but when your fatigue's gone, it'll be coming off body. And when it touched you, the cold sensation went straight through to your heart. You could feel almost the cold, clammy hand squeezing your heart.
By the gods.
Okay. So,
Judge Dredd, but that's trademarked, so I won't.
okay, next to go is Maelstrom, 25.
I grip my battle axe tightly and put my shield in front of me, and then I just step up and I slash into its back.
Okay, so you're going to step past the bald-headed guy with the bone rod.
Wait, what?
Well, you're actually standing. You're standing behind this bald-headed guy. You've just come down the spiral staircase with the chorister, and you're just standing behind this bald guy who summoned this creature.
Oh, no, then I want to sink my axe into his bald skull.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so with your war axe, you've got a total chance of 75%.
Okay. Do I roll percentiles then?
Yes.
Percentile, but if you have a D10 of a different color, roll that alongside it, because that will help work out your damage.
Yes, that's extra damage that you do. So you roll a percentile and an extra D10 of a different color.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, I got 78% and a 10 on the...
Okay. So, because there is a bonus because you're attacking from the rear, with a
I might
10,
actually
that
hit
is a
him.
critical effect. Oh, you've hit him, and a 10 is a critical. Not only that,
Okay.
you will have bashed him as well. So, you've brought your war axe down on him. You've done a total of 25 damage, and you get an extra D10 that it will ignore armor.
So I roll the d10 again.
Yeah.
4.
for.
Man, I had to ignore armor on his bald head. That sucked. What's he made out of?
He hurts. You've actually bashed him to his knees.
He's not actually bald. He's got invisible hair.
Yeah, he's collapsed to his knees. His hands go to his head, and you've really knackered him up there. Okay, next we have the priest.
Oh, decisions. How close is this blasphemous book to me? Has it skittered away from us?
No, he's grasping you with all. He's got his arms wrapped around you, saying, "Mine, precious, my precious."
I'm tempted to stab the book, but last time I tried that, I hit Lord Otto. In for a penny,
and you are both. You're both prone on the ground at the moment as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna rise, which I think
You've already
is.
got a shilling, so please, please let's not make it too much more than that.
I'm going to stand up, which I think is going. Is that 3 action points?
Five action points to. 5 action points to prone.
Okay. I want to go and stand by Sir Edmund.
Yes.
So, however, if that costs however many action points, if I have to burn for how far away he is, but if I have to burn fatigue, I will.
It'll cost you 7 fatigue. 7 AP.
Pardon?
7 AP to stand. 7 action points to stand and move behind us. Sir Edmund.
I want to move in front of him. I have the prayer for protection going. Whatever supernatural creature this is cannot approach me. I want to put myself between it and him.
Okay, yeah, there's still 7 action points. Yeah, 7 action points for you to sort of wriggle in.
So then I'll bank. That's enough. It's hopefully driven it off Sir Edmund.
And just so
it's back to where.
And just so everybody understands that is watching, Stephen, when you do something, you subtract the action point from your current base action point, right?
Yeah. So the next phase, when I go around everybody else,
your initiative is lowered by however much you spent. Right. Okay.
Yes. We're now on 21, which is Andrew.
So I've got the book still, yeah.
Yes, and you can hear it saying, "Oh, please, talk to me. I will do anything that you want. If you remove this little bit of lead metal around the edge, it will help me, and I can give you whatever you want. I can give you a wish if you want."
This is the dilemma for every priest. You can save some souls. You can't save them all.
Okay, well, I will. I don't know the action point costs for crawling, but I will crawl with the book in hand behind, a bit further back away from the threats, and then I will unfasten the book.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
As you unfasten the book,
Are you
peeling the lead away?
Before he does that, I think that's a bad idea. So I'm gonna shoot the book.
You can't. It's not your action.
It's not your action yet, Mojo. Not your action.
But good thought. Good thought.
It's your thinking.
It's a very good idea, and that is how I lost the ends of my fingers in the end of last session. Because Andy had a similar idea.
Yeah. So 10 action points, Andrew, and you've managed to crawl to the far side of the room, and you're unclasped the book, and the book is open, and there's a little lead strip around the edge of the book. Are you sort of peeling that away?
Oh, this is going to be a short game.
A lead strip, is there?
Yeah, a little lead strip around the edge of the book.
Okay, So just so I understand, it's I've opened the book, yeah.
Yeah.
Just the front. What? Just the front cover? Or, I mean, where is this?
Yeah, you've just
lead strip?
This edge is a little lead strip around the edge of the cover. So if you've got it,
it's pretty on the goods.
It's a little bit of lead wire that goes all the way around the edge.
Yeah.
All you got to do is pull it off, and all will be yours.
Stop me from being able. Is that going to stop me from being able to open the book?
No, you can open the book, but the book's plain. Please take this bit of nasty metal off the book. It doesn't need it. Please take
Do it.
Well, I mean, the book has a point, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll pull that off. Why not?
The DM
in per pound, as Eddie just said.
Yeah, the DM tells you to open the book. What do you do?
Well, in it, the book is a necromancer's spell book, and it's got a whole chapters on how to become a necromancer, how to learn how to cast necromantic spells.
Give it to me.
Can you think logically?
The only person who can actually hear the book talking at the moment is you, because he's talking in your mind, and he's telling you just to peel the lead strip off.
Oh yes, go on. I'll peel that off.
Okay, right. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, John.
Yes, sir.
Right. You have seen the Herald crawling away, leaving a trail of blood behind him, which may come into effect in a bit, to the back of the room. And he's got the book, and he's opened the book, and he's peeling this dark grey metal off the edge of the cover. In front of you, you can see the knight, and this total being in front of him, this hovering creature, has put his hand almost straight through his armour and chilled him to the bone. The priest has come running over, and after getting himself off the floor, and has put himself in the way. You've seen two other figures come down the spiral staircase. One carrying a bow, one carrying an axe. The guy with the axe has just put it straight through the back of the creature, of the bald-headed guy in furs.
All right. So, and I see Lord Otto trying to peel. Now, do I have enough magical wherewithal to know that lead seal is probably to keep the badness in or at bay?
Oh, I would have thought so. Yes, it's
okay.
It's the sort of thing that you're aware of.
I'm gonna.
You know that lead is used for binding things.
Right. So I know Lord Otto is a lord, and I know he's a stalwart companion. But I know that if he takes that lead off of my book, it's going to be bad. So I think I am not a physical Magus, but I think I should shadow bolt him to keep him from opening that book. I really think that if he takes that lead seal off, it's going to be bad for all of us. And really, I should be the one reading that book. He's not qualified. So, one of my
Chose me.
I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
Last session, I blessed the weapons of Sir Edmund and Lord Otto, which I think should give you a little bonus to
resist
to your abilities.
Yeah.
To your weapon abilities. 5%.
So it says here for my Shadow Bolt that there's no targeting AP, cost 23. No, is that the cost?
That's right. Yeah. And Shadow Bolt is it's like a D&D magic missile.
Right. And so now does that go under Hexmaster? Because it says it's sorcery, but I don't see a magical skill for just sorcery. I see everything, illusion, plant magic, ward magic.
The spells can either be a word of God, a cantrip, a hex, a sorcery, or a ritual.
Right.
It shows how long you take.
Okay, hold it. Two people are talking at once.
Shadow Bolt as a sorcery.
Right.
If you look on your character sheet, it actually tells you how many action points it costs to cast it. And it's 23.
Right.
On the left. So you start casting your shadow bolts,
Yes.
and they will come in at the start of the next combat phase.
Okay.
You've only got 18 action points.
Holding my staff
That
in
is-
front of me, muttering the arcane words and using gestures with my fingers, and I'm gonna hopefully be able to stop him from opening that book.
The book fight is very threatening, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. Okay, so you start peeling off the lead, and it's going to take you a while to peel off the lead. Okay, we're down to Mojo. What are you doing, Mojo? You've seen this sort of knightly character lying on the floor, bleeding from a hand wound, crawling to the back of the room, carrying this book, which is open. You've seen this mage-type figure pointing his staff at this knight, and muttering some words. You've seen the knight being hit by this corporal being, and you've seen another armored figure run over and standing in front of him. And your comrade, the axeman, who you've been traveling with, hunting down this necromancer, has hit him with his axe and brought him to his knees. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot the book out of his hands.
Okay. Right. That's going to be a difficult shot. Can you make a percentage roll then, please? Your archery skill is 55%.
I rolled a 54.
Okay, so you've hit the book. Okay, Andrew, as you're opening the book, suddenly, and picking the lead off, suddenly there's an arrow hits the book and knocks it out of your hands. And we now come to NASA.
All right.
Right. And you sort of shocked by this attack. What are you doing?
Is it? I believe that thing took away from my action points, right, when it hit me.
Yes, it did.
Do I still have enough action points to make an attack on this thing with my blessed weapon?
You do. You have enough to make an attack.
Then that is what I will do. I believe this thing is. I need to get this thing out of our way. So. And here's the thing: I'm facing this thing. I don't know what's going on behind me, so I don't know that the.
Oh no! No, you're worried about this
Yeah.
creature, this humanoid that's hovering. It's in what looks to be a death shroud, and you can see through it.
All right. So I will try to slash at this thing, get it out of our way, so we could.
Okay.
So.
Which weapon are you using?
I'm using the Knight Sword, which was already in my hand from last session.
And that was
And I
blessed.
failed. Yeah. Oh, sorry. With it's with bless. I still fail with the bless.
Okay. Right. You
99.
feel as though because your sword is blessed, you might actually be able to do damage to it.
All right. So does it take the damage even with the failure on the attack?
Oh no, it's with your failure, it sort of passed through it, but you got a sense that there was some resistance there.
All right. Cool. And then I would say to Valak, what took you so long?
Okay. So
You guys
that brings.
are very easy to track.
Okay, so that's the end of the first combat phase. Second phase, this creature goes first. Rosamond, you put yourself in the way.
I did, and I am still protected by prayer.
And it fails its check, so it sort of backs away a little bit. Okay. Elstrom, you are standing above this necromancer who's on his knees holding his head. What are you doing?
Hitting him in the head again.
Okay.
So for this, should I also roll the extra d10? Is that like every
Yes.
time?
Yeah. Yeah. The extra d10 gives you extra damage.
All right. I got a 68, so I beat my 75%, and I got a 3 on the extra d.
Okay, so it's not a critical hit.
Boo.
But it does do 17 damage.
Which your armor, if any, will protect you from. Will it?
Yeah, he collapses to the ground. He's sort of completely exhausted. He's fading in and out of consciousness.
Is anything
Okay.
happening to this
I
creature?
won't
it's
stop
summoned?
until he's fading in and out of life.
Oh no. The creature's still there. He's been summoned.
And does Silver Dortmund get an opportune attack?
No, because you're in the way. You're standing in front of him. But it is now your turn.
Well, I am going to call upon the power of Urso to... What am I going to do? I had it here a moment ago. Smite the Godless? No. Yes. To surround me with a holy barrier of guard and drive this blasphemous creature away from us. So I need to make a faith roll here. That's a 96. Oh, no. It's faith TSC plus my personal factor.
Yeah.
Which
No, on a 96 roll, that'll still be.
Yeah,
On a 96, you'll still fail.
So that's a fail on a critical roll of 6. Oh no.
Ooh.
This blasphemous because has not been.
The creature looks at you, and it makes a strange skeletal type of grin.
We'll wipe that smile off its face sooner or later. Later,
Right.
by the look of it.
Right, Andrew, the book has been knocked out of your hands, and it's about 2 feet away from you.
That won't do. Okay, so 2 feet away is not very far. I'll pick it up again.
Okay, and I presume you're carrying on. Oh yeah. It's you hear the voice in your head saying, "Peel a bit more. You're almost there. Just a little bit more." And would you like to put your name in the book, please? Just write your name. You can use blood to write your name. It doesn't matter.
Leave a short review.
Just don't write Mr. Mean.
Well, I'll grab the book and I'll peel the lead from it. I'll keep peeling the lead from it first, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I don't like the look of that Magus. So he's casting something at us.
Okay, so
Can you do anything about that?
will do when you've removed all the lead. So you spend 10 action points peeling the lead. And are you right? Are you making the book yours by putting your name in it?
Well, I mean, in my inventory, I have paper and ink and quills, etc. But I also have bloody fingers at the moment. So I think I think I can make my name with the bloody fingers. I think that's somewhat more fitting. And but in keeping with the sense of urgency, given I'm having Shadow Bolt cast at me.
There's nothing like writing your name in blood in an unholy book.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
It was fun playing with you all.
okay, Mojo. Right, you've managed to knock the book out of his hands. He's retrieved the book. He's continuing peeling the lead off, and he seems to have been writing something with his bloody finger into the book.
All right, seeing this time I'm gonna point my arrow directly into his arm, so he's incapacitated.
Okay, make your shot.
I rolled a
Meanwhile,
25.
Andrew. Okay,
Yes.
what was the crit die?
The
What's the extra D10?
nine.
Okay, Andrew.
He's going to have a bonus.
He's gonna pin his arm to his chest. That definitely incapacitates it.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, you've got an arrow sticking out of your chest. Where'd that come from? the book, it goes through the book and into him.
Yeah. You take 19 points of damage, Andrew.
Ow.
That's the armor.
Right. Well, I do have an armor. I do have armor. So on my body and upper arms, have I been hit in the upper arms or in
Yeah.
the hands?
It's hit you in the upper
or
arm.
hand? Upper
Upper arm.
Okay. Right. So I have a male hawbork. So against piercing damage.
Steve,
Be missile damage, not pierced.
Steve,
Yes.
Sorry.
most arrows have got a +2 crit die modifier. That's going to take it up to 11 and a critical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so an extra D10, Mojo.
Extra D10, Mojo.
It's a critical. Does a critical bypass armor?
7.
Yes. Does.
Then I won't bother looking up how much my male hawbork is against missile weapons. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as well as the damage, Andrew, you also lose 10 spirit.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, if I bypassed armor, how much was the total damage then? Done.
How much was the extra? So it was extra damage, Mojo.
7.
How much was the extra? 7. So
7.
you've taken 32 damage, Andrew.
Right. Okay. So I wipe off the rest of my fatigue points then. No, it bypasses my fatigue points altogether because it's a crit.
Yes.
Straight
Yeah.
to body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. Well, I'm on negative body points then.
Yeah. So as you
I am
slowly-
incapacitated. I think it's
So as you slip into unconsciousness, you see something just as you're sort of losing consciousness of a beautiful woman in silken robes standing in front of you. Long blonde tresses. And she says, "Do not worry. Just wish, and I will carry out your wish." The rest of you, as this arrow hits the herald, you see this woman appear in front of him. Can you make a willpower roll, please?
All of us?
All of you.
Oh. And for attribute rolls like that, for willpower, do you roll the extra D10 as well? The crit die? That's for all percentile
yes, you
rolls,
do.
right? Okay.
All percentile rolls, yes. And this will be a willpower against the skill.
It's a skill, not an attribute.
Right.
Sorry, sorry, wisdom roll. It's a wisdom roll. Sorry,
Right.
I knew it was a W.
Okay.
So it is an attribute. It's a wisdom roll.
So, do we still roll a percentile just against the percentile? In
Yes,
parentheses?
yes. You still make the percentile roll with an extra D10.
Okay. I got a 22, which beats mine by 44,
Okay.
and a 1 on the extra.
Okay. Has there anybody failed
No.
their wisdom
Three with a
roll?
1.
I did.
Everybody made it?
Also. I did.
Okay.
42
So
also.
okay. None of you actually see a beautiful woman. There's only Andrew sees a beautiful woman as he slips into unconsciousness.
We see a demon.
The rest of you see something about 5.5, 6 foot tall. It is female, but it has lank, greasy black hair with short horns, blazing green eyes, and a pale complexion twisted with desire. And she looks at you all. And you see a black forked tongue flick out and lick around the lips. The only Okay. Last phase of the combat round. Priest has got 10 left. NASA has got enough to make one attack on this thing in front of him. And Alstrom, you can make one more attack on the Necromancer.
I'm a little, the Necromancer's kind of not. I might as well finish him off just to be safe.
Yeah. If you're going to finish him off, you don't need to roll. You finish him off. You chop his head off.
Okay.
Okay. Right. D.
And then I look up with my bloody axe and I say, I don't know what in the hells you have been getting into, but now you're summoning demons?
Yeah. Andy, you have 10 action points left.
Yeah, okay, so I should be able to move up to 20 feet if I spend 2 fatigue. I don't know quite how far away I am from this demon creature.
Well, you can spend two action points and no fatigue cost, and you'll get up there. Because
I could, but I have 9 action points to swing my sword. I want to use only 1 action point to move.
Okay.
So that should be 2 fatigue, so that's me down to 23 fatigue, and I get to swing my sword. I'm not very good with my sword. I might hit you, Andrew.
He's still on the floor.
54 with a 3 on the crit die, and I can't remember if I blessed my weapon last session. I hope I did.
Okay.
You did.
Okay. Right, so you've hit. How much damage?
That is 12 plus 3, 15 damage.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to bother her much.
I shall smite you, you blasphemous creature, send you back to the hells from whence you came. Even if I have to keep hitting you again and again and again.
She chuckles, and suddenly you see in her hand appears a knight broadsword that is black as black can be, with runes down its side.
Theologically, we're buggered.
Yeah. Okay. Right. As you've moved forward, this creature has advanced on the knight. Oh, and fails to hit.
Yay!
Is it my turn?
Yeah, your turn. Finish the round off.
All right, so I'm gonna slash at this thing again, and I hit this time with a 9 on the crit.
9 on the crit. That's going to be a critical.
So I believe this thing's going to take about.
You actually feel some resistance now as you hit with your blessed sword.
Yeah, I hit it for 25 slashing because I added the crit die.
Okay. Yeah. Takes the damage.
Do I roll extra damage as well?
Yes, you do. This is a critical.
It's only one more point of damage. That's all I get. So it's a total of 26 points of damage that is taken.
Okay.
I will say, go back to hell, foul creature.
Okay. Can I have second combat phase? Can I have new initiatives off people, please?
Did my spell go off yet?
It'll go off at the start of the round.
Gotcha.
At the start of the phase.
Do I roll for initiative?
Yes. Yes. Everybody roll.
All right, so it's going to be
24 for me.
4.
22 for Magus.
Andrew.
Yeah, I'm just I was just checking because I still have fatigue points, so I actually don't get the penalty to action points. So I have 18 action points this round.
Okay. And what was your wish as you slipped into unconsciousness?
I wished that all my wounds were healed and I was at my full physical potential.
Okay.
That was your wish? Come on, wish for something more.
Right.
That was dying here.
So that was the exact wording of your wish. Fair enough.
It's still good enough for a burning.
Okay. And Andy, your action points.
20 action points this turn.
NASA?
18.
Okay. Mojo?
21.
Okay. Right. Just bear with me while I just turn the light on so I can see. Okay. Your spell goes off. How much damage do you do, John?
It says damage 6E. I don't know what that means.
6 energy.
6 energy?
Yes.
Okay. And it crits. So I need to roll a 1d10 to see what my crit die is?
If you rolled a critical, you don't need to roll. It just does 22 energy.
Oh, well, first, I guess, so I was casting the spell. Now I need to make the percentile roll to actually do it, right?
Yes.
All right, and that's going to be off my Hex Master mode?
Yes. You automatically cast it. You just need to roll a d10 for the crit die.
Oh, okay, because it's part of my staff. And the crit die is a 3. So nothing.
Okay, so it'll just do 6 energy. Just does 6 energy. And as a spell hits him, the wish comes into effect.
Oops.
Right. Now,
Before or after?
you requested for your maximum potential, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Okay. The Herald stands up, really buffed, and fully healed. Not only is he fully healed, he's also got 10 levels in endurance and conditioning, which gives him an extra 10 fatigue and an extra 10 body.
Yeah.
So he is so heroic in his stance, but you see a darkness in his eyes.
If fire can cleanse a darkness like that.
Yes, and you see that your name in the book, it has dried and has been countersigned by some strange symbols in a circle.
Nothing ominous about that.
Okay, so first off, the creature in front of NASA. Yeah, it goes by the side of you, NASA, and you get a combat advantage.
So do I get to hit it now?
You get a free hit on it.
All right. That is also a hit. And 6 on the crit die. So,
Okay, so
total
damage?
that would be a 22.
22. Yeah, he drifted by the side of you. That's what happens when you roll 100 on a percentile dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it?
We're now. Okay. Strum, you're next on 24.
I yell at these fools who have obviously been dabbling in something they shouldn't have been. I will engage the beast. Get your injured comrades out of here. Leave the fool who opened the book and summoned it. And with that, I smack myself in the face with my axe and scream in pure rage and activate Berserker Rage.
Okay.
And then I charge the demon.
Okay, so you'll 10 action points, and you'll be able to charge across the room and hit the demon. Okay, so do you want to roll to hit?
Sure. And I take, 1 body point for activating Berserker Rage?
You take 1 body point for activating Berserker Rage,
And
but
then
you'll
I
be
take
able to
plus
carry on
4
even when there's no.
damage to my attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 73, so that beats my 75%, and I got a 4 for the damage die, so that is what? Plus 4 damage,
Okay.
and then additional plus 4 from Berserk.
Okay, so yeah, it takes the damage, but can you now make a percentage roll, please? 75% or under, and your weapon shatters.
Oh.
Because the weapon is non-enchanted and it's not blessed.
Okay, so my weapon shatters.
Oh.
I got a 17.
Okay, so you've got up, you've hit the demon with the axe, you've done some damage, but only half of what you thought you were going to do, and your weapon has shattered.
Okay, I start beating it with my shield.
May I ask, does that look to me like he's beating that beautiful woman with an axe?
Oh yeah, as I say, the rest of you have seen this warrior going up, strike this obvious demon, and this axe has just shattered on her skin. Andrew, you've seen this warrior go up and assault this beautiful woman who you're so entranced with. And John,
Yes.
your turn. What are you doing?
Do I know enough to know if my staff has any magical I know it has magical properties, but if I thrust my staff into this spectral thing, would it disrupt it by chance?
Possibly. Would you like to make a...
No, I don't want to make.
Make an intelligence roll.
Oh, okay, that I'll make. Intelligence. Ooh. Well, I needed under a 90%, and I got a 39 with a 5 on the crit.
Okay. You've actually sussed out. Now, this creature in front of that just went by the side of Sir Edmund is actually a wraith.
Those are bad.
Yeah. And as you've identified this, can everybody lose 1 fatigue point, please?
Ow. Well, you're not very nice. So if I try to bash this thing with my staff, I think I have a good chance of possibly doing damage to it.
Yeah, because your staff is enchanted.
Right.
It's your focus.
All right. So would that be melee or?
Yeah. What you're looking to use?
I don't know if I have any like a whack-a-mole with the staff or not. I don't see a skill.
Yeah, you can make a roll,
Okay.
even if you haven't if you're not skilled in using it. Quarterstaff.
Well,
You can
how
still
about
make
a
roll.
how about a 14 with a 9 on the crit die?
That'll do it. Right. As you hit it, roll the extra d10 damage.
Yes, sir. I'm up there with Nasser. I rolled a 1.
Well, it was enough because with the damage from your staff and the crit die, you hit it, you swing your staff, you hit it, and it collapses into a small pop and it goes out of existence.
Excellent. Now I'll spin around with my staff and my right arm in my hand, and I'll say, "Be gone, foul demon!" And I guess that's my action.
She blows you a kiss.
Oh,
Right, Andy. Sorry, Mojo. Mojo on 21. You go next. What are you doing?
Right, so I clearly see that the wraith is the cause of the Lord Otto being mesmerized, right?
This demon, yes, that's the reason why it's mesmerized.
So I run to Lord Otto and I shake him and I tell him to snap out of it.
Okay. 5 action points. You go running up. You've just been grabbed, Andrew, and you've been shook by this forester. But before you can react, the priest, Andy.
Lady Berlin, fill Sir Edmund with your Holy Spirit and grant him the power to smite the godless creatures in front of us. This is going to take me 15 seconds, which is basically all of my action points. It's a full round prayer. I will keep chanting in similar vein. And I have a chance of my faith skill plus my PSF, which is a total of 125.
So you'll get bonuses to your crit die.
Yeah, I succeed. My crit die is a 2, but I get a +2 bonus because my skill is so high, which is a 4. Which means Sir Edmund will get +1 damage to godless creatures, which by my lights includes Lord Otto at the moment.
Yes.
1 extra damage point per 3 points of spirit in your attribute. And it is going to last for 15 seconds times my spirit, which is 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes.
So 20 combat rounds.
Yeah. So whatever your spirit is, divide by 3, and that's the damage you add to your added to your attacks, Sir Edmund.
So you've got a total of +4 damage. Okay. Now it's Nasa and Andrew go at the same time. So we'll do Andrew first. The forest.
Well, actually, can I say I forgot to subtract 3 action points for my armor, so I should probably go after that as well.
Okay, Nasa, what are you doing?
So I should actually be on 15.
I think by now that Barnabas had destroyed this wraith, I would turn my attention to the demon, this horned demon that Rosamund has been battling. I think I would charge at that thing and try to smack it with my blade.
So no one honor my sacrifice and leave.
Yeah. And that's what I would probably do at that moment.
Okay, so 10 action points, and you can charge up.
All right. So here's 10 action points is what I have left after taking, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, why is Andy stripping?
So I rolled I hit
Come on.
15. So, and I rolled a 6 on the crit die. But I think I get 3 points of damage.
Yeah, so you get an extra 4 points of damage. So you've done a total damage of 26.
All right.
Yeah. She laughs at you because it's her turn.
So it's
And as you've been so, who shall I look to? The priest who's praying fervently, or the knight that's just hit her? Right, Nasa, this black rune sword is coming to hit you.
Souls for my Lord Orak.
Ariok. Yeah. 26. So 22 damage, Nasa.
where do I take that? Straight at body?
Right, no, just your armor can take it.
All right.
But at the same time as she hits you, she blows you a kiss, and you hear a voice in your head whispering, "You don't really want to fight me, do you? Trust me. You don't really want to fight me." And can you make a discipline roll?
Discipline roll.
Come on, Nasser, you got this.
I think I rolled 5%.
Nice.
And a 3 on the crit die. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell her to get out of your head.
Yeah, that's good for me. I will say.
Okay. Okay, back to the top. Mojo, you're next.
I don't think I don't think I've acted yet.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
My-
What are you doing, Andrew? On 15.
Yeah, because I upset the order when I changed my armor. Well, I shout, "Sir Edmund, the lower casters are revolting," and I draw my sword for 1 action point and
Yeah.
swing it at Valak with 9 action points, whilst
Okay.
clutching the book in my other hand.
The hand is bleeding.
Well, it's been, I hope.
Yeah. Okay. Make your roll.
Good now, maybe not. 32%, 6 on the crit die, so that's a success with 6 on the crit die, depending on Valak's defense.
Okay.
I have to check my defense.
Who are you Who are you attacking, Andy?
Me?
I attacked Valak, so Mojo's character.
Yeah.
So, and I rolled 32 on the dice and 6 for my crit die. So that would be a success depending on if he has dodge or not.
Yeah, you've still hit.
Okay.
Ouch.
So 18 slashing damage with sorry, actually it's +1 for the crit die, right? So it should be 19 slashing damage.
Okay, so you take 10 fatigue points, Mojo. After armor. And it's your turn, Mojo.
All right, so I'm still trying to shake Lord Otto out of his enchantment, and I punch him in the face, trying to break his concentration. I don't want to kill him. I'm not gonna use a sword.
Kill him.
He used the sword on you.
He's a demon now. Kill him.
That's just right. I did use a sword on you. I wouldn't take it personally. Okay, so are you persisting with punching me?
Right. Andy, can you? I know you're doing a prayer, But can you make a spirit roll, please?
Sure. 24. That's a success on a 2 with a 2 on the crit die.
You heard a female voice in your head, but you completely ignored it as you focused on your prayer. Right. Maelstrom?
Yep.
Yeah. You and John, can you make a spirit roll? A roll against your spirit attribute, please.
That's SPR, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And can you do as well, NASA?
Okay.
So I had a 66. I rolled a 50 with a 10 on the crit die.
Oh, yeah. You heard the female voice in your head saying, "Oh, you don't really want to fight me. I can be your friend. I can be whatever you want me to be." And with a crit 10, you can respond mentally whichever way you wish.
Yeah. I don't need friends like you. Die.
But Maelstrom?
I got a 28 out of 66% and a 2 on the crit die.
Okay, you also hear the female voice, but you're able to just ignore it completely.
I'm berserking.
Yeah. NASA?
I have failed.
You are the worst knight.
Can you make a discipline roll now? As this voice in your head is saying, "Oh, please, noble knight, come to me, eh? You shall have my favor."
Okay, so I pass my discipline, and I got a crit on that die.
Okay, so you were accepting of the voice, but suddenly something stops you from. You don't see any token of any sort of scarf that she's willing to hand to you, because you still see the horns.
Never.
Okay, Mojo, how did your punch go?
I rolled 12.
You rolled a 12. Andrew, you take a fist to the face.
That's really upsetting and ungentlemanly.
That's
Yes.
really upsetting. Oh.
Is there damage associated with this gross insult to my honor?
Well, you haven't got any helmet on, have you? So it's going to take about 4 points
I've
of
got
fatigue.
a conical helm, I have a conical helm, but no faceplate, I guess.
Yeah, so you'll take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, so back around to the second phase. Elstrom, what are you going to do with this demon? Your axe is shattered, but you are berserk.
Yeah, so, but I have a heavy shield, so I can just start beating it with that.
Okay, so you're going to try body
I
slamming
have
it.
shield play.
Okay, make a shield play roll.
I don't know what the number is. It just says I have it. It doesn't have a number associated.
Okay, just make a percentage roll.
Just roll.
Yeah.
30 even.
Okay, that'll be a hit.
6 on the other die.
Okay, so you charge into her, you bash her with your shield, and you knock her back 5 feet. And you do a small amount of damage. But can you make a 75% roll against your shield?
Oh, the shield shatters?
Ha 79%. My
No,
shield
it doesn't
lives to-
shatter.
It lives to have another shot.
Nice.
Okay.
It's just dented.
Yeah, John,
Yes.
your turn.
I believe I'm out of action points because I started this combat with 16, and oh no,
No,
the
you
spell, the shadow bolt
Stop.
was free because it's out of my staff, right? Okay.
Well, you'd spent all the last phase casting that.
Right.
So, you haven't actually cast any spells this
Right.
phase.
Well, the shadow boat didn't really do a whole lot. I'm at a loss here. I don't know what to do.
Have me defend the book, Barnabas.
Only if you give me the book. Can I try hold person?
Yeah. On your spell list, you've actually got sleep as well.
Oh, maybe on Lord Otto?
Can do, yes.
Because I kind of thought sleep wouldn't work on the succubus or demon of lust, whatever she might be.
Yes.
So, all right, yeah, I'll do sleep on Lord Otto. I think that would be good to take him out of the picture.
Okay. Yeah, Andrew, you go to sleep. There's no save against sleep.
Ooh, I like that.
Doesn't he have to target it at me?
He has got to target it, yes, but make a roll, John. You've got...
I resist it with my willpower, right?
Yes.
You can't resist sleep.
Well, it says resist with willpower half Magus's PSF, which I don't know what PSF is.
Yeah.
Okay, so make your targeting roll.
Well, I got a 48 with an 8 on the crit die, and I'm assuming that's going off of our
Hexmaster mode.
Yeah, so
yeah, so it's targeted.
Made it by 20.
Okay, Andrew.
Okay, what's your half your PSF casting PSF? Your Hexmaster PSF?
My Hexmaster.
Half of it is 20. Half is 28.
Oh, good. So I just need to make this roll in 12 then, yeah?
Yeah.
It seems like. Well, I fail that miserably.
Okay, so
on the crit die was.
Night.
Yeah.
So Barnabas holds out his staff, and the full right, which is the gem that's in the tip of my staff, glows for just a second, and you see some sparkly, almost like feathers and snowflakes, and it goes from my hand into the staff, and then into the staff, and it just goes around Lord Otto, and he collapses to the ground snoring.
So you just gave him a magical pillow?
No, I made him go nighty-night.
Feather pillow?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you said, dusty feathers and stuff. I was like, oh, he's giving him a pillow. How nice.
Sleep. And Donna, does that cost me one off my staff, right? Focus charge?
Yes.
Okay.
Focus charge, and that only cost you 2 action points.
Right.
Okay, so yeah.
Sorry, Lord Otto.
Okay, the demon is going to. Oh, silver handle the berserker. Yeah, I'm going to take the swing at the berserker. And that is a critical hit. Only an extra.
Do I roll my dodge or anything?
I took your dodge off my attack roll. With defenses, I subtract the PSF from my chance to hit.
I just didn't know if you had already done anything or if you wanted me to.
Yeah, no, because I've got all the character sheets in front of me that I'm scanning through. That's okay. So you take 26 points of damage, and I'll hit your torso.
Oh.
I spit blood in her face.
But it's also a critical.
Stop screaming.
So. But your armor stops. Your armor has stopped half of the damage with the shield as well. So you only take 6 points of damage as it hit the shield and hit your armor as well.
So do I take 26 or 6? 30.
Just 6 points of damage. The shield stops some of it, and your armor then stops some of it as well.
When I'm berserk, how much forethought can I use in my actions? Like, can I draw my dagger and attack with that? Or
yeah,
am I too
yeah.
uncontrolled for that?
Oh no, you can draw your dagger. You're
Okay.
just in a berserk rage, so you can still think about what you're doing. It's just that when you lose all your fatigue, you will still keep going.
Oh, I fully expected I was going to die. That's why I told them all to leave while I distracted. Just nobody listened.
Right, so NASA, you've still got just enough points to make an attack
On the demon itself, right?
on the demon itself. Yes.
All right, I will make that attack, and I believe my weapon is extra blessed. If I'm
Yes.
not- All right, I do make the hit, and I get a 3 on the crit die. So
Okay.
that. All right. Do I roll an extra crit die because I hit?
Oh no, it's only if you get a critical. On a 3, you don't get a critical. Modified dice of 10. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't seem too pleased with that hit, especially as the sword didn't shatter.
Yeah, and she also gets, I think, damage from spirit, like because of the cleric's bless.
Yes,
Extra. Sorry.
that's why she wasn't too happy. Right, John,
Yes.
you have 10 action points left.
All right. I think I'm going to try sleep again on the demon. Or whatever it is. The young lady.
Okay.
The Wraith.
You can make a
No, the wraith is gone.
targeting roll.
All right.
Wraith has gone. The mage dispelled the wraith.
Unfortunately,
It's
that's
that.
a failure. 75.
Ooh, so you're targeting your sleep. So who's around? You didn't quite target
The berserker.
Berserker or Silverhand.
You have to do a saving.
Okay. Yeah.
Yay, I'm
Yeah.
back.
Right. Can Maelstrom and Nasa make a
I'm sorry.
saving throw?
What type of saving throw is that?
Spirit?
Is it spirit or
No.
willpower?
Willpower?
It's a willpower roll.
Okay.
Yeah, 28% and 5 on the crit die. So I'm good.
71%, so I missed by 20%.
Ow.
Okay. Now remember, you have got to subtract 28 from
Yeah.
your willpower before you make the roll. So did you still make it, Nasa?
Let me see. 28 from my willpower means that I. All right. Nah, I think. No, yeah, I do. Kind of. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Maelstrom, you've fallen asleep at the foot of the demon, and you're going, oh. You managed to resist.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Mojo.
sleeping at the foot of the demon going, I'm sleeping at the foot of the demon going, die, demon, die!
You can make noise. I just don't want him screaming and crying.
Sorry,
So, Andy slipped. Oh yeah, it slept. Mojo, what are you doing?
All right, where's the book now?
The book is still in the hands of the herald, who is asleep.
All right, I take out the book from the hands of the herald, but without touching it, using my cloak.
Okay.
Ooh.
Burn the book.
The demon looks at you and saying, "Oh, you would like the book as well, would you?" Only this time she's not speaking in your head; she's speaking outright to you. But that'll be 4 action points to pick that up.
It's welcome to the Thunder Library. 2 readers enter, 1 reader leaves.
All right. How does this voice affect me? Am I enchanted or am I in my sane mind?
Right. Can you make a spirit roll?
It's an 8%.
Okay, so you can ignore, you're not entranced by the voice. Okay, so back to the start of the third combat phase. Can I have new initiatives, please?
Oh, it's just a D10.
Including those of us having a snooze.
No, you're okay for the moment.
My spell should have, not spell, my miracle, my act of faith should have taken effect by now. So Sir Edmund should have a damage bonus against godless creatures.
Yeah. Okay, so Nessa, what's your action points?
I believe it is a 22.
Okay, Andy?
20.
Sorry?
20. 20.
Okay. Okay, John?
23 if it's my BAP plus the D10, which was a 7.
3. And I've got 8 that I'm carrying over from last round's, push you on 31. Mojo?
14.
And 6 carried over. Okay. Right, John,
George,
you get to go
roll the
first.
D10 to add to your BAP.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Barnabas is up, right?
So Barnabas is at
AKA John.
the moment. Yeah, you're up first.
Okay, so I kind of get the sense that the book is the root of all evil. So I think that I should do my best to get rid of that book.
Okay.
So
That's currently in the hands of the forester.
Yeah. And I think I should shadow bolt the book.
Okay.
You mean use the forester?
No. The book. My book. I mean the evil book. Yeah, that's what I meant. So I don't need to roll, right? I just targeting. So I'm targeting the book, not the person holding the book. I want to make that clear.
Okay, so you're targeting the book.
Yeah, and that'll go off next round because of how long it takes to cast.
No, Shadow Bolt is in your focus, so it'll go off almost straight away.
Oh, okay. And it says the AP cost of 23, and my AP right now, or my BAP is 23 exactly. So do I subtract that?
Yeah. But, well, because Shadow Bolt is in your focus, that's if you were casting it without the focus.
Oh, okay. But I am using my focus. So coming out of my staff.
APs, so it's just a crit die.
Just a crit die. All right, for the book. We want a 10 here, right? Everybody channel your mean love and make it a 10 for me.
No, my precious.
Well, I got a 6, so that's more than half. So at least I got a 6 on the crit die.
So it takes 6 energy damage. And
Damn it.
Starts to sizzle a bit. The cover the strange leather that it's bound in starts to burn a bit.
Ooh. We're on to something here.
Smells like after the electric chair's been off.
Made us Barnabas burn a bit.
Yeah. This demon is going up and screams in your face, Sir Edmund. Ooh. And plunges her sword straight into your chest.
Ow. That's not very nice.
27 points of critical.
Oh my god!
I think Sir Edmund is down.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's down.
This is not going well.
If it's in the body, right? So I use the body. Body's 14. So I think he's down. He's down.
He's down.
Oh man.
Okay.
Do I have a healing spell?
Okay. Andy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your turn.
I am a bit bereft of inspiration for what any more acts of faith could do right now, so I'm going to strike the demon with my sword, assuming it's within reach of me.
Oh, a stride and it will bring you within nice melee range.
Oh, 50. I have a sword skill of 50. I just succeed with a crit die of 6.
Okay.
So that will be 17, 18 points of slashing damage and not quite enough to do a bash on it.
Ooh. She howls in pain.
Did you hear him? He said,
okay, Mojo, you have this book wrapped in your cloak, and you see the mage coming toward, has just fired this bolt and started to burn the book.
All right, so I say to the demon that if I surrender my soul to you for eternity, would you please spare my friends?
It's only a long time, man.
Her eyes are suddenly glow, and she grins. Come, and she holds her arms out, sword in one hand. Come, let me embrace you.
No!
I go and embrace her.
I'm going to have a lot of explaining to do to the bishop.
But she wraps her arms around you, and she says, she looks to the sleeping herald and she says, "That's a great day. 2, not 1. And you see them seem to phase and drop into the earth. And you can smell brimstone and flames. And the book goes with them.
No! No!
And
is down. He's not seen any of this.
Yeah, you're taking a dirt nap.
yeah.
No!
So the demon disappears into the flames of hell, taking the forester in the book.
And Lord Otto?
No. Doesn't need to come for Lord Otto. Take Lord Otto. Lord Otto has signed the book in blood.
Oh, jeez.
He's made a pact.
She already has property in me.
Yes.
I've said it before and I've said it again. In the words of St. George Michael, you got to have faith, the faith, the faith, the faith.
If I could virtually reach out and slap you, I would.
That's a good call.
Well,
and as a parting shot, the mage hears a voice in his head.
No, don't do this
Do
to
not
me.
worry. If you so desire the book, I will send instructions of where you will be able to find it. It will be there for you, intact.
With Lord Otto guarding it.
It's a demonic Hamilton.
He may or may not be there. But on the
Oh,
next full moon, you will be told where to find the book.
So your delivery instructions, would you have left it with your neighbour? Or
So is
Just look for the white van with the red and blue lettering on it.
so.
What-
Is the character bleeding out, or is he completely dead? Because he took 28, and I think that
I think he's dead.
Oh.
the death
So-
of Sir Edmund Silverhand.
Yes. Huzzah. So let's get this straight. The Forester is lost his soul to the succubus or demon of lust or whatever she is. Lord Otto is now a conscript of the book and lost to us.
Oh, he's made a pact with the dog
so
once.
we need to slit his throat and be done with him. The Berserker is taking a dirt nap, or is the Berserker okay?
He's napping.
The Berserker's napping.
He slept.
So the only two left standing is the slightly psychotic mage and the priest.
Who is
Correct.
for a sword.
And the priest is seriously doubting her faith right now.
Oh, no. Faith is stronger than ever. If it weren't for the faith, we would be among them.
That's true. We did have some amazing willpower. So, I'm gonna say this adventure was a bust, but it was a really good bust. Wow. And who said chivalry and sorcery can't do high fantasy? Because whoever said that, you can eat your words, because this is proof. But man, is the system that unforgiving, or is it just the circumstance that we were all in?
Now, the system's actually pretty forgiving. It's quite hard.
That's the way I'm taking it.
It's really hard to die unless you get a series of unfortunate rolls, or you keep pressing
Right.
a situation where you're obviously outclassed. It is more forgiving than this.
Now, I would
but
say
we're in a
we.
situation where we're outclassed and half the party decided to side with the bad guys.
Well-
I don't know of a single system where that's going to end.
And now I would say the demon, the succubus or demon of lust, whatever she was, once she got Lord Otto, that was the decline of our success. Is that a fair assessment?
That's a fair assessment, yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now,
Without
unfortunately,
the release of the demon,
Stephen, what this means is at least for me and Andy, well, and Andrew, because he's technically still alive. You have to keep running, sir. we need another session to find out. Well, when I get my Instagram message that the book will be at this address, I need to hire some more stalwart adventurers. I think the church should provide some.
I'll go with you to find it. I don't know about.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. As you put a knife in my back.
I was just thinking that a somewhat battered priest and a wizard wander into a pub to meet a party of bold adventurers saying they need help. It sounds like the last two sessions have been a great prelude to a campaign.
Exactly. Stephen, I just got to say, awesome job, sir. Your command of the rules and walking us through everything was superb. Andy and Andrew, they seem to know the system quite well, and Nasser as well. Me, Mojo, and Maelstrom, we're just noobs. But I got to say, I quite enjoyed myself. I'm going to go around the table here, and I'm just going to get everybody's thoughts starting one by one. And I'm going to start with Andrew. What'd you think, sir?
Well, I mean, I actually enjoyed being a bit of a bad guy there because I guess I'd failed my save against the book at the end of the last session. I had a number of weeks to nurse my injured fingers and think about it, and I think, as Andy himself said, in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Yeah, yes, very much so. Well, very well played of Lord Otto. And then next, Mr. Staples, your thoughts.
Yeah, well, I think plot-wise it was a fairly easy job for Steve there, because I've seen more coherent plots in a rugby scrum. It's No, that was a lot of fun, and I got to say, when Andrew decided to go with the book, and then Mojo as well, that was just brilliant. It's the kind of thing, if you're doing a long campaign, you probably don't want to do,
Right.
but in a short or a one-off, it makes a
Perfect.
game. So I really enjoyed that, and the whole idea of there being spells in CNS to convince you to work with the bad guys. Well, Andrew himself did that to my character in our ongoing campaign a few sessions ago. So that's quite nice when you start peppering your friends with arrows.
Yeah. Well, and the downside was Steven sent me the book. So I actually have all the stats on the book, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be mine. And then I realized what it did to Lord Otto, and I realized I don't want that book. I want to destroy that book. So the GM in me said, yes, you want the book. But the player in me went, no. So, Mr. Maelstrom, this was your first time joining us for Chivalry and Sorcery. What did you think of the system, sir?
Oh, it was good. I thought things flowed well. I was a little disappointed that, nobody in the party seemed to have common sense. Like when I told you to leave after I sacrificed myself to slay the demon.
That's called greed, by the way. That's called greed.
Well, I understand the wizard. You were acting quite greedy. But come on, someone else should have left. At least one of you.
I know. Bad party dynamics. Mojo, what'd you think, sir?
Well, what I think about the game is actually the system is that it doesn't rely so much on the dice roll. So the possibilities are endless. You just have to think outside of the box. And if the DM allows it, it will be allowed. So I didn't think that I did have to roll nice on my actions. I just have to think outside of the box. That's all I think.
Yeah, very much so. And then, of course, the ever awesome Nasser. What did you think, sir? Take the moment.
I think I got a cool thing. My hedge knight died heroically.
Oh, without a doubt.
As always, it's always fun to play Chivalry and Sorcery. The cool thing is, it was a cool story. Like in every story, the heroes win. Only this time they did not. So I think it's a great story. It made for a great story.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that we didn't win. I don't want to say we didn't win, but I think we did is we left room to continue the narrative. I'm gonna play the positive GM side and say that we played to find out what happens next, right? To take a tag from Dungeon World and the Powered by the Apocalypse games. I am thoroughly impressed with Chivalry and Sorcery. I think it is an uber crunchy game, and if you're not into uber crunchy games, like Pathfinder First Edition, in my opinion, is a very crunchy game. 3.5 D&D is a very crunchy game. Champions, very crunchy game. So this is in that line. It's a very crunchy game, but I think from what I've seen, once you have your character, the crunchiness kind of goes away, and the system almost leans itself to the role playing aspect. We did a lot of role playing and not a lot of dice rolling. So I think, Steven, that's a testament to your GMing skills and the system in itself, that it facilitated us being able to do what we wanted to do. Nasser gave up the heroic death. Mojo, obviously sacrificed himself for the good of the party so that we could live. So those are all testaments to good role players and good gaming in general. And as a one-shot, I thought it was phenomenal. Maelstrom coming into a system he's never played before and just being a barbarian, was awesome. Lord Otto, Andrew, just being an ass, basically. I love you, man, but yeah, you screwed the pooch there, and in such a glorious way. I am so jealous because I did want the book, and you beat me to it, and it was awesome. And of course, Andrew, sir, you're an idol of mine. So I anytime I get to play with you, that didn't sound right. Anytime I get to game with you, right? Your wife is in the other room, right? It was awesome. And then Stephen, you and I have formed a loose friendship here real quickly, and it's so awesome. I appreciate everything you've done and coming on the channel and running some games for us. But I hope we can entice you to continue the story for another session at a later date when your schedule continues. And then your thoughts, sir, on us as a party and the adventure as a whole.
I thought it was a great game, and it was fun to see how the party disintegrated so quickly.
It was bad. I mean, the barbarian, going, get out, I'll stall. The barbarian was willing to give up his life basically for all of us to live, and nobody listened.
I think the knight was dedicated to his duties. Like, either I have to get rid of this evil or die trying. That's what was going in his mind.
Yeah,
and so he died trying. He
did a great job. So everybody, kudos to everybody, guys. Really well done and a lot of fun. So, Stephen, it's up to you, man. If you want to continue this at a later date, I think everybody here, I speak for all when I'd say we would gladly toss dice with you anytime, sir.
Yeah, we'll look at that in the new year. I have actually written the adventure up now for both sessions. And it's on our Patreon, but what I'll do is I'll arrange for everybody in this group to get a copy. We'll discuss that afterwards.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. So everybody that's been watching, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, I have a Patreon. It'll be in the show notes. I also have a drive-through affiliate link. So if you want to pick up your copy of Chivalry and Sorcery, you can go there and do it. Also, Mr. Stephen Turner has a Patreon. So he'll make sure he sends me that information. We'll get that in the show notes. So please support Chivalry and Sorcery. It is a great game. It's a fun game. So as always, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice.